Tonight, I play the part of Dr. Edna Carlin, a psychotherapist, who was almost forced to choose between her home and her profession. That's why we call this story, There Comes One Moment.
I'm Joel Dane.
Oh, yes, of course, I know.
It was open, so I just...
Well, my office is in my home, so the door is always open.
You Dr. Carlin?
Yes. Will you come with me? Won't you sit down?
Let me ask you something. How does it work, this psychotherapy business?
Well, it's really quite simple. There are times when we all need an opportunity to talk to somebody else about the problems that have been bothering us. It's a good idea to get someone else's opinion, because sometimes we don't even know what our problems are. So we go to a doctor who's made a study of them, just like you would go to a doctor if you had some physical ailment. Does that sort of help answer your question?
Yeah.
Why don't you sit down and make yourself at home?
I'm an actor.
Yes, I know. My husband and I saw your first picture. We agreed with the critics. You were wonderful.
Well, thanks a lot. Fritz Denning said he was a patient. Said he was going to call you.
He did. He told me you were coming. Of course, he didn't tell me why, because that's up to you.
Fritz said he figured I needed this.
How do you feel about it?
I don't know. Look, I've never talked to anybody about this before. I'd like to keep it that way, you understand me?
Well, let me assure you that anything you say to me is strictly in confidence. It has to be that way. Now, would you like to tell me what's been bothering you?
Well, I've been having trouble with my memory. I used to have a good memory, always. I never forgot anything. Even back to, well, way back to when I was a kid. Like I told you, I'm an actor, and my job is learning words. I have to say them on the set with the cameras going. And lately I've been forgetting. I just blank out. I don't mind telling you, it scares me to death. I'm getting to be a pretty big star. I'm way up there. It's been tough getting up there. It's gonna be a lot tougher when I fall.
Well, but that won't happen.
It won't, eh? An actor who loses his memory?
We don't really lose our memory. It's like a door being closed, but it can be opened. And between the two of us, we'll make sure that it does open.
You really think so?
I know so. How old are you?
29. 29 already.
Is that so old?
Well, I've been younger.
You could have said that when you were 12, couldn't you?
I guess so. But why did all this have to happen to me?
Well, the only way we'll find out is if you talk to me.
I don't know what to talk about.
Talk about anything you like.
I don't know where to start.
Well, let's start from some point in your life. We can always go forward or backward from there.
It's no good. I can't say my memories.
But if it would make it any easier for you, why don't you start by just telling me what you're thinking about right now?
What I'm really thinking?
Yes, really.
I'm thinking Fritz told me you were a pretty good doctor. But he could have at least mentioned the rest of it. funny, when I saw you standing on the stairs there, is it all right for me to tell you that?
Yes, I don't think it'll help your problem any, but you can tell me anything you want.
Well,
Well, go on.
I got nothing else to say.
If you want me to help you, Mr. Dane,
If I can't remember, I can't remember, can I?
You're going to have to start sometime.
Yeah, but not today. I don't want to waste any more of your time.
Well, you're not wasting my time.
All right, next time I see you.
Well, next time would be Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday.
Edna? Edna! Busy. That's always the story in this house. Everybody's always busy with themselves. Edna! Look, I walk in here and find him with this, playing with it right in the middle of the floor. That's going pretty far, isn't it?
Sigmund, would you run upstairs and finish the beds, please?
Yes, ma'am.
That's all you've got to say? The kid playing with the lethal weapon, and that's all you've got to say?
I didn't pull the trigger. I just wanted to see it.
Eddie, why don't you run over and play with Tommy and be back for lunch?
Okay. Thanks, Mom.
Listen, is that woman supposed to watch him or is she not? That's all I want to know. Is she supposed to watch him or isn't she?
The gun was supposed to be locked in the gun cabinet,
And that's where it was.
but it wasn't locked. Now, Eddie couldn't possibly have gotten at it if you remembered to lock it, could he, Don?
No. Maybe you're right. I don't know. Maybe I did forget.
I'll take it. Sit down and have some coffee. And, darling, take it easy.
I'm sorry, Edna. I'm all on edge. First the Ellis business, now the kid. I don't know.
I'll put this away.
I'm sorry, honey.
That's all right. Have you heard from Ellis? Don?
He says everything will be all right if I just sit tight, but I think I'll go shave.
Honey, you're the lawyer in our family, but would you advise a client the way you're advising yourself?
I'm stuck, Edna. I have no choice. Ellis is my partner, my friend. If I testify against him, I won't be able to live with myself. If I don't, I lose my profession and everything I've worked all these years to build up. That's what it adds up to.
What adds up to more than that? This can mean real trouble, Don.
I know. I know it can. Whatever I do, I'm finished.
Look, I'm just getting started. I'm getting to be a big star. I've got to watch myself. I told her so.
You told who so?
Vera.
Vera?
The girl I know. I'm a guy with feelings, but you know how it is. There's a big axe out in this business. Guy comes up fast, gets a few breaks. And you get in a few arguments, you get a little bad publicity, and...
Tell me more about Vera.
Well, what about her?
I don't know. I was just asking.
Well, she's a girl I used to knock around with for a few years. 3 or 4.
Was it 3 or 4?
Who knows? Who knows? I wouldn't have brought her up except that last night she got by the doorman at the apartment and gave me a big argument.
Is she in a position to give you an argument?
No. Nobody is. Nobody gets in that position.
What does she do?
Huh?
Vera, what does she do?
Well, she's trying to be an actress. They brought her out here and gave her a test. Nothing. That's why she hangs on to me, because she knows I'm getting someplace. I feel sorry for her, but we can't give our lives to people just because we feel sorry for them, can we? She gives me that I need you, Jazz. I need you. Look, I said, I just came out of the woods myself. I can't go around helping everybody just because they need me, can I? Well, how about it? I'm right, aren't I?
Well, there are some questions we have to answer ourselves.
She's driving me crazy.
Seems she does.
I know if I've ever got started with her, I'd never be safe.
Why do you say safe?
I don't know.
Well, you must know.
Look, I think I've about had it today.
Your hour isn't up yet.
Yeah, but who wants to talk about some hung-up chick who's giving you a bad time?
All right, we won't talk about her.
You promise?
Some other time, but not now.
All right. All right, some other time.
President of the Bar Association, I'd postpone the hearing if I could, Carlin. Postpone it indefinitely. But I don't have to tell you, no one man gives orders to the Bar Association.
You know, you don't know why I came here. No. Thanks, Baird. Thanks anyway for your time.
Just a minute. May I ask you one question? Are you trying to avoid incriminating yourself?
No.
I have to warn you. You have one chance. Testify against Ellis. Because if you don't, you'll not only be disbarred, but 2 hours after the disbarment proceedings are over, the district attorney's office will issue a warrant for your arrest on the charge of perjury. Would you do a self-destructive thing like this out of foolish loyalty to a partner?
Ellis isn't just a partner, Baird. He's been like a father to me. He's helped me and taught me. Can anyone expect me to turn against a man like this?
He bribed 2 witnesses to try to win a case for his client.
He thought his client was innocent. He's a man who believes in justice for its own sake.
The law is the vessel of justice.
Is it?
You're a member of the bar. You should know that.
I don't know anything anymore, Baird. I just don't know anything.
I know that. Tell me, how does a fellow like your husband get in trouble like this?
Do you really want to spend your time talking about my husband?
Yes.
Well, there are some men with high moral principles. They give up their lives before they dispense with them. Now, shall we get back to your problem?
Well, if it's none of my business, you should have told me so.
No, I shouldn't tell you so. You can use your time to talk about anything you like.
Is there anything I can do to help? Anything?
No, thank you. I didn't think you had time to help people, Joel.
You're not people. I love you.
Do you?
Yes.
I'll make a note of that.
No.
She's hunting a value. She's seeking a buy. Well, what do you know? Both have found PSI. Sure, personal size ivory's the soap that they buy, and with simple subtraction, they'll show you just why. Look, with personal size ivory, you get 1, 2, 3, 4 cakes for about the same price as just 1, 2, 3 cakes of other leading beauty soaps. And 4 minus 3, simple. 1 extra cake. You get 1 cake more with personal size ivory, just as though it's free. So next time you're shopping, take home PSI. Take 4 cakes. They'll give you your best beauty buy. Use personal size ivory regularly for your complexion care. Pure and mild, it's the kindest care your skin can have. So gentle, leaves you with that ivory look. Fresh and radiant, the prettiest look a complexion can have. Your best beauty buy is PSI, Personal Size Ivory. Get Personal Size Ivory now in the new 4-cake beauty bundle. 4 cakes wrapped up in one. You'll save.
You want some more coffee, dear?
No, thanks, honey.
The hearing's tomorrow, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
You know what you're going to do?
What can I do? Loyalty means something, Edna. He stood by my mistakes. I've got to stand by his.
Does he want you to? Did he ask you?
That's not the question, Edna. It's a matter of principle. If a man doesn't stand on his principles, what does he stand on?
Don, in all the years you've been a lawyer, did you ever take a case when you knew the person was guilty?
Edna, that's not the point.
Mommy!
I thought I told you to go to bed.
Eddie, darling, would you run up to your room? I'll be up in a little while. Don, don't you think he feels what's going on? His security is at stake just as much as ours is. Oh, it's fine to stand on principles, but it's got to include everybody, not just yourself. Your family, your friends, your profession. Why don't you see Ellis and talk it over with him?
Edna, I can't. It would hurt him too much.
Or are you afraid it would hurt you too much? Look, Don, I can't tell you what to think or what to do, but there's something pretty clear to me apparently you've overlooked. You've been so concerned with this great loyalty to Ellis that you've overlooked everything and everybody. You've got to make up your mind. What is it going to be? Your own self-esteem? Or the duty you owe to the people who are depending on you? You can't throw your world away and have it too.
I've got to see Dr. Carlin.
Oh, yeah, sure. One of her patients, aren't you?
Yes.
Come in. Wait for her in the study. She should be down in a minute.
Thanks.
Joel, what is it?
I didn't know whether I'd find you home, but I had to see you.
Of course. Won't you sit down?
No. Vera, she came by the apartment again.
Oh, I see.
I told her to go home.
Did she?
No, she's found some guy that wants to marry her. And well, she came by to find out once and for all whether I loved her or not. I told her no. I told her in a loud voice. And she got excited and she went to the top of the stairs and I pushed her, I guess. I guess I knocked her down the stairs. I didn't mean to.
Was she badly hurt?
I don't know that either. I was terrified. I couldn't breathe. I finally realized that it was pretty late, so I put her in a cab. The cab driver took $20 for it and took her to the city hospital. This is the end of me. I've got a morality clause in my contract. If the newspapers get hold of this, I'm through. So the wind-up for me and the beginning for Vera. $1 million worth of publicity for Vera and $1 million worth of deaths for me.
Maybe she doesn't want publicity.
This kind of girl always wants publicity.
Not if she's dead, Joel. I'm Joel's doctor, Dr. Carlin.
Oh, yes, he's told me about you.
Were you badly hurt?
No, not very much. Something at the back of my neck. I'm all right, just a little dizzy.
I'm sure you're going to be all right. Joel's very concerned about you. He was a little uncertain about coming himself.
I know. He's afraid something will get in the newspapers, isn't he? He ought to know I wouldn't let it. I know it could hurt him.
You love him very much, don't you, Vera?
Yes. He can't help it if he doesn't love me, can he? You're his doctor. Can he?
And that's the national and international news picture up to this hour. Now for a quick look at the local news. This afternoon, in a closed hearing before the Bar Association, the noted attorney Donald D. Carlin agreed to testify against his partner, Michael Ellis. Ellis, if you recall, was accused last week by the district attorney of bribing two key witnesses in the defense of his client in the case of the people...
Teaching me how to clean the gun.
We thought we might go on a little hunting trip.
Oh, that'll be wonderful for both of you.
Well, we're including you, too.
Yeah, Mom, the three of us. It'll be a lot of fun.
Your patient is here.
Thank you, Sigrid. I'll be right down. Hello, Joel.
I don't feel very good. I tried over and over since I saw you to call a hospital. I couldn't get Vera off my mind. I wanted to know how she was, but I was afraid they'd say she's dead.
Oh, she isn't dead. I've just come from seeing her.
What did she say?
Come on over and sit down, Joel. You don't have to worry about Vera. She'd cut her tongue out before she'd say anything to hurt you.
Did she say that? I guess I gave you a pretty lousy impression of her, didn't I?
Yes, you did. But you were trying to make me believe that you were afraid of her, that you didn't trust her. It wasn't that you were afraid of her. You were afraid of Joel. You didn't trust him. You were afraid that he was going to let you down.
Why did I take it out on her, then?
Oh, we humans have a way of hurting the ones we love because they're so close to us, they can take it. And sometimes we pretend to need no one at all. Makes us feel strong and independent, when actually it's the other way around.
What's this got to do with my memory?
I told you once before, Joel, that we don't really lose our memories. You wanted to. It would have been a good excuse to hide behind in case you failed. But you're not going to. Because you said something very interesting to me in one of our meetings. You said, I'm an actor. I'm just getting started. Well, you are getting started. And there's only one way to go. For you, that's up. It's going to take work, lots of it. But you're not afraid of that, are you?
No.
Don't you think that would make Vera pretty happy, too?
I guess you're right. I better be getting to the hospital. Thanks a minute, Doc.
Goodbye, Joel.
Jane Wyman will join us again with news of next week's program. Meanwhile, let's listen to Gordon Dilworth of the Broadway hit show My Fair Lady as he sings us the ballad of the Pecos Kid.
Drilling for oil,
Now, somewhere west of Pecos lives a kid named Tony Lyle. And all day long he's singing a song and grinning a big-toothed smile. That healthy smile's no secret, with wisdom he is blessed. Each day he fights old tooth decay with a toothpaste they call Crest.
Tony's wise. You be wise, too, because chances are you've got soft spots in your teeth. And soft spots can turn to cavities unless you turn to Crest. Yes, Crest does something no other kind of toothpaste can do. Hardens those weak places, stops them from turning into cavities. That's because of Crest's own special fluoride, Fluoristan.
And Crest freshens your breath. Tastes wonderful. So make Crest your family toothpaste and put your fears to rest. Soft spots can turn to cavities unless you turn to Crest. Crest is best, Crest is best, Crest is best.
Here it is time to say goodnight again. But before I do, I want to show you a preview of next week's story.
How about a lift?
We hope to be seeing you, so until then, good night.
Jane Wyman has been brought to you by Procter & Gamble's Crest toothpaste with Fluoristan, the toothpaste that actually stops soft spots from turning into cavities, and Ivory soap, gentle enough for a baby's skin.
Ralph Edwards surprises a special guest, and you too, on This Is Your Life tomorrow night on this station.
Saturday, May 18th is Armed Forces Day, and Power for Peace, its theme. Power for Peace is more than planes, weapons, and ships. It's America's men and women in uniform, serving the needs of national defense around the clock and around the world. For a better understanding of your defense system, be the guest of the military or naval base nearest you on Armed Forces Day, May 18th. Open house is your invitation to see Power for Peace in action.